What the fuck?
Isn't your game practically significantly a lot more souls?
Fucking wait, mate.
Doesn't New Game Plus give you significantly a lot of souls? I guess there's a little bit more stuff, so.
No, yeah, they do give more souls, yes.
Like a lot more?
It's like a percentage more. It's not crazy. I think it's kind of they're multiplicative with each other. So the higher up you go, the better soul gain you get. And then it caps off at New Game 7, I believe.
You can't go higher,
So yeah, you can't go higher, but the multiplier. Yeah, you get the idea. Yes. Quite noticeable. It's actually really nice on a pyromancy build, I promise. I do. It's actually quite amazing. I won't be needing it for a while. I'm just saying, because, fuck, I gotta do 4 years. Not excited.
My boundary has completed a new item. Does this please the operator?
Oh, he's going to the strat relay, huh?
Boundary items ready to claim, operator.
Yeah, don't fuck with Tokido. Holy shit.
Why do I have to fall down here? Why do I have to fall down here?
Ah, Chino. Good oots. One more off the docket. Hot two. Lubrineer Bossman's been giving us no end of trouble. You're my go-to Tenno. Make him go away, yeah?
Like, I hate not being able to 158. I hate that.
What? What was that? Oh, that was cool.
Kanzu is right. We must chaos to draw this Grenier commander into an open fight. The commander has requested a supply drop.
If you hear me talking to anybody that's not actually there,
intercept the drop.
good streaming.
Keep them on edge.
Just a heads up.
The bolt's armor is too strong for its weapons to penetrate. I will hack it open, but first I'll need a data mount from guards. dropped the data mass. Grab it. Good. Now insert that data mass into the console. If they destroy the console, we'll never get the vault open.
Nice. Oh, fuck you, Tribe. Pretty much. You can tell what your, like, if your attack rating is way, way higher than 600, you're doing a good thing. You're aiming for 600, but if it's higher than 600, whew, there you go.
Still hacking. Stop for more fighters.
Yep. Look at your attack rating. If it's higher, good. If it's lower, you can call me a liar. But keep in mind that it does scale with dex, so the higher your dex is, because you have a lot of faith, so you can, the higher your dex, the better. Yep. $45, $50, somewhere around there. Preferably 50. Because Dex is really good, because it increases your stamina regen as well. Dex is fucking stupid. Dex is one of the underrated perks. Yep. Just make sure you killed all the bosses, got all the items you need, and then start a new game. Said the one who doesn't have Lito's hammer.
That's bad news for the commander.
Basically it turns itself to stone, and then you can shatter the stone for an AoE of awesomeness. And it roll catches people really good. It's actually quite fun.
Interrupt the drop and destroy the equipment.
Oh, geez, sorry. I'm still one-shotting everything.
Among these troops is a resupply beacon. Find it and take it.
Vitality, strength, and based on your armor. You can also see what your armor does to your poise as well.
Supplies are dropping now. Destroy.
I probably shouldn't be killing these things faster.
There's the supply beacon. Grab it. vehicle. Call in your drop. Coming. Make sure to never get their hands on them. There's the supply drop. Grab it so I can call in the drop. That's the last call.
You can get a, I think it's a Warframe, literally right outside of Gundir's area.
What you just said. Let's keep it that way.
I think you have to be on New Game Plus 2 to get that.
I'm tracking a Grenier drone with information about our target. Bring it
Oh, the plus 2, yeah, the plus 2 drops then. The plus 2, I think you have to be on just New Game Plus 1, but the plus 3 does way better, so.
The drone is nearby.
I mean, if you want that boys, you can.
That's it. The drone is
I mean, you don't need poise. If you're doing a miracle build, then yeah, you don't need poise.
the enemy can destroy it. More Grenier inbound. Don't let them harm the drone.
And I'm not gonna read it. I'm not.
They're sending another wave to take out the drone. Stay vigilant.
I should? Alright, then I won't.
More Grenier inbound. Harm the drone. The drone is ours. Analyzing data stream. A possible lead. I've located the commander. He's moving on foot. And bring him in alive. The officer is nearby. Track them down. There's the officer. Capture them.
Uday Gundir is actually really fucking easy to kill.
I'm about to show Bossman some post-modern hospitality. Shola.
I think those actually do fire damage. Could be wrong. Yeah, they should do. Not all faiths actually, not all faiths or miracles actually do those. I think it does fire damage, because if that's the case, then yeah, that's probably why you kill him so fast, because he's like hella susceptible to fire. At least you did, Gundir. Champion Gundir just didn't get fucked.
Offworlder, help push the Vernier away from Cetus. You do a good deed, I pay you for it. Kanzu's favorite gun, Swazdula. All right, chop chop. Nuclear Bossman's been giving us no end of trouble. You're my go-to tenno. Make him go away, yeah?
Isn't the one shot build a miracle build?
No. 'Cause you have to use pyromancies.
Okay.
Power within.
Kanzu is right.
Gives you a second life. Tears of Denial. Pussy build. That's a shitty miracle. That miracle should not exist. That is for fucking casuals. If you buff yourself with that in PvP, you literally deserve to be hanged. The deer. The deer, yep.
Among these troops is a resupply.
For a good reason.
Find it and take it.
He is a pain in the ass to fight.
Add supply beacon, and I will call in the drop. Here comes the supply pod. Destroy the supplies before the enemy can get their hands on it. Grab it so I can call in the drop. Supplies incoming. Make sure the never get their hands on it. Take that supply beacon, and I will call in the drop.
Stop doing this hard landing.
That's the last pod. Destroy the supplies. Their comms just lit up. They're not happy at what you just did. Let's keep it that way. The drone is nearby. Find it and hack it. That's it. The drone is under our control now. Escort it to the extraction point before the enemy can destroy it. They're sending another wave to take out the drone. Stay vigilant.
On that relic ground, yep. I am currently losing my mind. Although I am playing Mesa to make this way faster for myself and my friend. But you grinding relics too, or you just get off and just enjoy yourself? Do something other than Warframe for once.
They're sending another wave to take out the drone. Stay vigilant. drone is ours. Analyzing data stream.
Oh boy, a lens. We.
The commander has requested a supply drop to quell unrest among his troops. Intercept the drop to keep them on edge.
No.
You're nearing the armored vault.
That'd be pretty funny to watch, though.
One of them is carrying a
If it was, then that'd be hilarious.
inside. They dropped the data mask. Grab it.
Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. Like, I understand I wouldn't really want to grind this for 2 months straight, personally. I'm probably not going to. I've been eyeballing Dark Souls 3 for a little while, and it's actually kind of fun right now. Might go play that a little bit. What's your favorite setup for running these, then? It'd be actually kind of funny to see Solaire with glued on wings and shit like that. I'd lose my mind. Actually, I think they extended it till April. Oh yeah, that is 2 months. I'm retarded. Doing anime? Alright. You can if you wanna. Make sure you get it. Not always, no. No, I'm not always right, no. I like to know what I'm talking about, so that way I can actually sound like I'm profound and magnanimous. Yeah, sound magnanimous and profound and knowledgeable in the things that I do. Here's my shade. Ember. Octane. Actually might. I think I'm probably gonna have to play Ember next since she's getting kicked in the dick. Do it before her nerf and get enjoyment out of it while I can. See, you say that. Well, let me put it this way. So, new players in the game pick up Ember, right? Because Ember's really good at DPSing. Yep. She's really good at DPSing and just walking through the star chart and just killing everything. That kind of ruins the experience. Right, it doesn't do that for endgame. But they're making it so she doubles her damage, doubles her energy cost, and half her range after 5 seconds. It decays slowly. Which is actually a massive nerf if you ever think about the fact that Ember is really not a survivable character unless you put on Firequake and crowd control the shit out of enemies. Which is actually easier said than done with most builds, because you need a pretty good... Yeah, when is the nerf? Good question. I don't know. I think the community's kind of upset about the fact that they're doing it, so we might not see it sooner rather than later.
I've located the commander. He's moving on foot. Intercept and bring him in alive.
Oh, Dale, also, did you hear about the fucking, what was it? They're getting rid of raids, and they're making it so you can only get the arcanes through air lists now? They're literally getting rid of the raids and putting, like, basically what they did with all the, dark sectors, putting them in armistice. So you can't go back to them. Hopefully it's not the same thing as what they did with the rails, because if they do, then that's gonna fucking suck. Because it took them 3 years to actually bring them back. Oh yeah, you heard. Yeah, I'm actually a little bit upset and a little bit relieved at the same time. Because while I do love me some raids, it's gonna give me something else to focus on. Oh. What? He's right there. What are you talking about? What? That makes no sense. They're kind of ruining a lot of things in this game now, but hopefully it's for the better. I hope those terrorists are actually really fun to fight. Just to be honest with you, the one that we got right now kind of got old really quick. Yeah, you're fine with Ember. I mean, I really don't want to say goodbye. Like, I really don't. Because I don't really use her for just walking through a star chart and killing everything. I just use her for, like, massive crowd control, and she's actually really fun on the plains. I'm going to use her next because she's actually really entertaining.
When I play Ember, I use her. What's the one where you throw your fire everywhere and blind people?
Accelerate. Accelerate.
Not spam it, but I did like 10 seconds, I'll pass that during interception.
Okay, he got back up, knockdown. Okay, he got back, knockdown. By the way, knockdown.
Knockdown.
On top of knockdown. And since they're making it so that her range is halved, you're actually kicking the people that actually really like Ember for stuff like what I do.
I see you.
I mean, you are nerfing the new player experience, which, I mean, is kind of what they were aiming for because they didn't want that Ember grind thing going on, making it so that way people could just blow through the star chart. But the veterans are kind of upset about it, and I don't think that's a very good way of handling it. I really wouldn't care if she got like a damage nerf. I want that range still. They're buffing her third ability and her first ability too, and the third ability buff actually doesn't sound that bad. No. Accelerate's her second ability. Third ability is Fire Blast. Basically making it so that way when you shoot through it, applies fire damage to every single weapon that shoots through it. And if you charge up your first ability, then you put napalm on the ground.
Intercept the drop to keep them on edge.
Similar to how a Yeka Master would throw, I assume.
Out the surrounding guards. One of them is carrying a data mass and moving back to get inside. They dropped the data mass. Grab it. Good. Now insert that data mass into the console. If they destroy the console, we'll never get the vault open.
Well, these enemies are level 30, so I'm just gonna fucking cook them. I don't even have that much power strength on this build. Fuck yo, spaceship. Yeah, I don't want to say Rip and Ember just yet, because, I mean, I have a really strong feeling that they're going to change their mind about it and maybe think of another way to nerf it, because I do believe it needs to be nerfed still. I do agree with what they were saying about it, but the range is... I don't think the range is a good way to take it. The damage I'd be fine with, because I do agree that the damage is pretty absurd. But she does need help in endgame and shit, and the crowd control is her help. And if you reduce the range, then ouch. I'm gonna say that a lot, just so you know. I'm gonna be talking about range. I don't want it to go. Oh well, Warframe buffs happen all the time, nerfs as well. When one gets kicked down, another one will rise to the meta. It always happens. I haven't tried Octavia that much on the planes. I've never been too big a fan of Octavia just because she's so... She requires a lot of sitting still, and I really love being hypermobile. I'm a fucking lunatic when I play this game. Hopefully that augment, oh actually that augment is actually really good. Hopefully that augment is like, you can spam it so they'll keep jamming their guns. So she could be like a really good crowd control frame. That'd be really nice. That'd be really interesting to see Mag in like an LOR or something like that, even though they are doing it.
Our target is about to receive pieces of a communication spray in a supply drop. Interrupt the drop and destroy the equipment. Among these troops is a resupply unit. Take that supply beacon, and I will call in the drop. Here comes the supply pod. Destroy the supplies before the enemy can get their hands on it.
Yeah, I would much rather them nerf anything but the range too. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, I really think the range is way too heavy-handed. I really do. Like the damage, go ahead. The efficiency, I could probably live with it. They are giving her the Valkyrie treatment, which I really despise. They ruined Valkyrie with that. They literally made her like so not fun. Like she's still good and all. She still does that deeps because she's like one of the best damage dealing frames in the game. Still, but I don't know. Can't look at her the same way since pre-nerf. I played with her too much since pre-nerf. She's actually my most used frame for the longest time.
I'm tracking a Grenier drone with information about our target. Bring it to me. The drone is nearby. Find it and hack it. That's it. The drone is under our control now. Slam to the extraction point before the enemy can destroy it.
Oh, and the Chroma nerf. What are your thoughts on the Chroma nerf, Dale?
More Grenier inbound. Don't harm the drone.
Who? Yeah. Stream. I told you. I warned you. My stream. They can't hear you. You're half and half on it. I mean, I'll be honest. I do think that it was a lot of damage, and I do think, to an extent, yeah, it probably should be nerfed. But the range that they gave it for base was awful, and I think they should change that because 2.8 meters at base is sickening. It's actually bad. It's really bad. The damage nerf on it in general is just awful. On top of the fact that they literally said that, oh hey, you know, we knew about Chroma being a huge problem in the game and stuff like that, and we probably were thinking about nerfing him, but we didn't decide until now because players were using him so much to nerf him. Which kind of bothers the shit out of me. Ooh, one shot. You can have them, I don't care, Tribe. They had like the worst timing for all of this, because they're just like, we knew about him being a problem, but we're not deciding until now to do the nurse. I don't know why it took him so long. And on top of the fact that they're just nerfing, they're not reworking any of the frames that really need help. Until the community cried about it. least DE can admit to their faults and say, you know what, we fucked up here, well, I guess we'll work on it. DE is one of the companies that can actually do that. I respect the shit out of them for that. Bungie hits us with that. No, Bungie hits us with that. We're working on it. DE's like, alright, here's what we're doing. What are your thoughts? And I'm assuming you saw that massive amount of patch notes too, Dale. Those weapons that are getting buffed, like, there's hardly a weapon that hasn't been touched. I do wish that they would actually spend some more time on the beam weapons, because those need an upgrade, like yesterday.
Ayo, you couldn't get anyone to take that on. Early lunch for council. Nuclear bossman's been giving us no end of trouble. You're my go-to tenno. Make him...
Right? Yeah, like, in fact, even the devs said that they were expecting the game to die, and, like, this thing is thriving. When was it? When did it come out? Was it 2013? 2012? Yeah, dude, this is like one of the longest standing games ever. It's so fucking... And people are still giving it shit. Like, it was slated to fail. Yeah, you saw the list? Yeah. It, pissed off about the Pandera nerf, but the Grakata didn't need that buff, but it got one. It got one hell of a buff. The twin Grakatas didn't need a buff, but they got it.
I'm tracking a Grineer drone with information about our target.
Oh, they're very good. The Grakatas in general, like the Grakata class in general, has always been called the poor man's Soma for a reason. Like, legit for a reason, because they're basically the Soma, but with more status chance. And a little less damage. No, it's a primary, and then if you get twin Grakatas, it's a secondary. The twins, yes. Single nah. Trying to think of what else. Oh, the Tiburon. Oh, I can't wait till the Tiburon gets that buff. And the Boltor, like all the Boltors are going to be relevant. Oh, it's going to be so good. Boltor Prime is getting a status chance and a crit chance buff. Like a lot of crit chance. I think it's getting like 20+% crit chance and like 50. Yes, I'm serious. It's actually going to be really good. Yeah, the twin Grakatas are bae. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and the Telos Boltor, my bad. The Telos Boltor is getting a 30% crit chance.
Don't let them harm the drone.
They're giving it 30% crit chance. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be really fun. The twin Grakatas are bae. Yeah, those things need an ammo mutation so bad. I wish we had a Warframe that could, like, you know, do the ammo thing, where it just, like, fucking drops ammo, makes ammo out of enemies and shit. Be a pretty good idea. Or if Harrow could do that with an augment, that'd be pretty cool too. If he gets the second ability augment, he could give him and his teammates some ammo. That'd be a pretty good idea.
Intercept the drop to keep them on edge.
That actually makes some of the fully automatic weapons in this game, like, really usable.
The vault's armor is too strong for your weapons to
Burf. I don't know.
I can open, but first I need a data.
Yeah, I don't know. It's alright. Well, clearly you do, but still. I don't know when it's coming out. But I just saw the slated changes. I don't know when it's coming. That's a good idea in Ammo Warframe. Yeah, I've been thinking about that for a long time, because I remember back in the day when I got that Selma Prime, I was always thinking to myself, man, you know what would be awesome if I had something that could just, like, drop it, like, make it rain ammo on me. Because back then, Carrier Prime didn't do what Carrier does now. It didn't have ammo case, it just had vacuum, as its perk. So. Back then I was wishing that I had something like that. And when Carrier got his ammo case, I mean, it's alright, but if we had a prime version of it, maybe it'd be better, but right now it's kinda eh. But an ammo Warframe, that'd be pretty good. Maybe something like super militaristic, that'd be really cool to see. I'd actually really like to see like a fucking Warframe wearing camo pants or something like that. It'd be really cool. Like the Jarhead Warframe or something. That'd be, I don't know. I haven't really put too much thought into it, but I think that would probably be a really cool idea. Maybe the Hero augment might be more likely to happen than the making a new Warframe in general. Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll have to see, because, like I said, these buffs and nerfs and stuff like that, they sound awful. Oh, the Atlas buff is amazing, by the way. I actually can't wait to play them. Yeah, these buffs and nerfs, these are, I don't know how that's going to turn out. Because on paper, they sound awful, but I'm sure it's not going to be that bad. They never usually are. Like, when they said they're going to nerf Excal, yeah, they did nerf his damage quite a bit, but they brought Chromatic Blade to us, and then, you know, that turned into a godsend. Word is so easy. You don't think so? Oh, I thought you said no. I was like, oh, really? Yeah, no, I was gonna say, cause like my first time ever playing through that, I was just like, I just killed it. Trinity's EV Bless and ammo regen, depending on what the percentage is. I personally like the augment she has now. I don't know about that. That'd be a pretty good idea if they just like randomly decided to add it. Oh, and you heard about the HEMA, I assume, because the HEMA's getting that thing that it was slated to get since, like, you know, an eternity ago. That unlimited ammo that it was supposed to have, but never got because, fuck me, right? Oh, I don't know why I turned that off. Okay. Oh yeah, you heard. Oh dude, that, I don't know, I actually really enjoyed the HEMA. I think it's one of the best weapons in the game, just because it treats it level, like, 80s, like they're level 20. It's like, oh, hey, by the way, you have no armor now and no health. So, yeah. And the fact that it's gonna get that buff where it just has, like, unlimited ammo, that's gonna be good. Can't wait. I'm more excited for that Tiburon buff, because that sounded so nice in my head. I was just like, oh, I could actually use my Tiburon, because I formatted the crap out of it and got a pretty decent ribbon mod for it now. I'm gonna cash out on that shit. Zenith got a buff too, and it didn't need it. Fuck. How many shots, Diggs? How many shots? Nice. Nice. Are there any buffs that you're excited for, Dale? Whether that be for Zephyr or Atlas or Ash. Ash got some pretty good buffs. He actually got buffed with the next one because that decreased energy cost per enemy marked. That's gonna be good. probably won't make Ash that relevant, but I mean it'll make him much more entertaining to play. And I hope the Banshee augment for her resonating quake doesn't make it so that way I can't use it for crowd control, because if it does get used for crowd control, then that'd be fucking amazing, and I love Banshee. So I'm hyped for that. Hopefully they actually do it right. Otherwise I'm gonna be really, really mad. And she's still gonna be really hard to play.
We've captured the camp. The commander has retreated to an position. I've located the commander. He's moving on foot. Intercept and bring him in alive. The officers nearby. Track them down. There's the officer. Capture them.
What? I didn't one-shot him? Pretty good though.
Good work, Tino. I'm about to show Warframe some good hospitality. Enjoy that.
Oh, whoops. Faith and Int, I believe. Mostly Int. Dude, pyromancers are so gross. Get the Great Chaos Fire Orb and then melt every boss. Ugh. Chaos Bed Vestiges are pretty nice, but it actually costs more than the Great Chaos Fire Orb, and it does less damage. Yeah. Are there any, like, there's any buffs, nerfs, whatever, that you're actually excited for, Dale? Those, I don't know. I'm pretty hyped for some of the weapon buffs, but man, some of those Warframe nerfs, I don't know. And the Pandero nerf actually kind of triggered me a little bit, because I actually love the Pandero. Yep. You have it at what right now? What's right now? Like 30? Is it at 30? What was your... Oh, okay. Probably get it up to around about 45-ish, maybe 50. Preferably 50. Welcome back, by the way, Trent.
Ah, our most esteemed Sura. Welcome. New Grenier Bossman's been giving us no end of trouble. You're my go-to Tenno. Make him go away, yeah?
Respect, maybe. I don't know.
You have enough pale tongues?
Oh, yeah, I have 5. 4, my bad.
Ashes and Banshees rework? Dude, Banshee's getting a nice playstyle buff out of that. Hopefully it still crowd controls, like I said, because, man, if it doesn't, then I'm gonna be upset. And Ash, for that decreased energy per cost, cost per enemy, that's gonna be sexy.
We must create plans to draw this Grenier commander into an open fight.
I hope it's actually a massive difference.
Beast intelligence has revealed
Like any energy less, I'll take. But I hope it's actually a pretty considerable difference.
Reach the location. Nearby hostiles.
Alright, see.
You captured the location. Do not let them retake it.
Huh? Oh shit, you're lagging a little bit. What'd you say there, Trey? Dude, you were lagging a lot, dude. Yep. There he leaves. You on PlayStation yourself there, Dale? If I already asked that question, you can just tell me, because there's a lot of people that run through here and I ask the same question. Oh, you still have... Oh, were you the one that was doing that Itzel shit? That's right. What? I think that was you. You were doing that Itzel stuff. I remember that. Yeah, I remember now, yeah. You were on that Itzel playing as Harrow like 90% of the time. I remember that. That was really funny. Don't be afraid to bother me if you want to. I'm almost always on. I might be on a lot less, considering I gotta do training a lot, but otherwise, yeah, be on as much as I can.
The commander has requested a supply drop to cool unrest among his troops. Intercept the drop to keep them on edge. You're nearing the armored vault. Take out the surrounding guards. One of them is carrying a data pack, and you'll need that to get inside. They dropped the data mass. Perfect. Good. Now insert that data mass into the console. Drop the data mass. Grab it. If they destroy the console, we'll never get the vault open.
This is nice. Not a single enemy here. Welcome back. You fixed the lag? Hopefully. Sound better though. You were trying to talk to me and you were cutting in and out and shit, and I was like, oh fuck. Is there any weapon buffs that you're excited for, Dale? What? For now. I was thinking about changing it. I only muted it so that way, because Chili was in here, so I didn't want them to hear that.
Still hacking. Brace yourself for more fighters.
Yeah, he is. You're tired? Dude, I'm fucking exhausted too. Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm playing awful too, so don't feel bad about it. Like I'm fucking exhausted. Yeah, any weapon buff is a good buff. I'll take anything I can get that's a buff. Except for the Pandero. They only buffed its base damage by like a tad. I'm really upset.
Radio chatter indicates falling morale within the Grenier ranks. That's bad news for the commander. I'm tracking every
Help ya?
with information about our target. Bring it to me.
I saw Visicron and then I was like, oh, you fucking shit. And then I saw damage to Grenier on it and I was like, oh, okay, so it's not that good. I was thinking that you got like a fucking god roll on that stuff. I was really upset. I was like, dude, you fucking slut. I want a Stubba Ribbon too.
Escort it to the extraction.
The Stubba's getting buffed by 2% crit chance too, which is, like, means nothing.
They're sending another wave to take out the drone. Stay vigilant.
Your opinion on a good secondary? Which side, Donna? The disconnect? Macker? I'm not familiar. But my opinion on a good hold on a second. Ew, gross. Yeah, no. Yeah, but my opinion on a good secondary, are you talking like post-buff or right now?
They're sending another wave to take out the drone. Stay vigilant.
Because those are two completely different things. But if you're talking about right now, Twin Crocodiles are hilarious and they're super fun. The Lex Prime has always been the OG god weapon because it's just like one shot. The Exoletos are probably one of the best weapons in the game. And now, since it's available, Sicarus Prime is really good. Really, really good. Post-buff, though, the Pandero right now is also really good. So enjoy it while it lasts, because holy crap, it's gonna get trashed. But at post-buff, the Meriditron and the Twin Roga I would probably recommend, because those got really gnarly buffs. Like, they can get up to 100% crit chance, 100% stats chance now. Which is going to be amazing.
There's the arms. Capture them.
Yeah, one shot. I'm trying to remember what else off the top of my head. The Lotto got a pretty okay-ish buff, but it's not gonna pull it out of the fucking trash can.
Good work, Dino. I'm about to show Bossman some foot-on hospitality. Shola.
Can't remember what else got buffed, though. The pistol category. Yeah, the Twin Roga. Oh, you got a Twin Roga Riven too. Ooh, yeah. The Twin Roga got a buff. You got a buff. Like, dummy good now. They're gonna be dummy good. Those things will be absolute monsters. Hopefully you get a reload speed on that Twin Roga, though, because I think that's the one problem with the weapon. I can't remember what else got buffed. That's actually worth mentioning.
Kanzu's favorite gun.
Might pull up the fucking forums real quick, just for fun. Yaksamati got a buff, too. They're actually really good as is right now, but post-buff they'll be even better.
You're my go-to Tenno.
That's a good point. So, Yaksamati. find a forum page that has all these buffs and shit.
Totally forgot to
Kanzu is right. We must create chaos to draw this enter into an open fight. Seized intelligence has revealed the location of the commander's
Warframe.
liberated from him.
That sounds awesome. What do I think about the Tsar? The Tsar right now is actually fantastic, and they're buffing it again, which is also dumb, but it can't get up to 100% status. Still, even after the buff. I mean, you can try to put it up to 100% status, but you'd need 5 mods in order to make it 100%. So, I mean, after that, like, if it had 100% status, that shotgun secondary on that fucking thing would be, that would be so good. But right now, it's actually a fantastic weapon. And they're also increasing the bullet velocity on it. Or actually, not increasing the bullet velocity, they're actually increasing the, decreasing the gravity that affects it. Alright, let's see. Pistols. Seer's getting a buff, no one cares. The Despair is also getting a pretty decent buff, actually. What'd you say? You cut out a little bit. If you sit still for a little bit, it'll kick you out of there. Well, welding it is to repair. FYI. The Fierce is getting a buff. Dude, the Sancti Castanas are also getting a huge buff. Oh my god. Like, that buff is huge. Yeah, they're not really that amazing, but they after the buff, and since they keep the dispositions according to DE, they're gonna be gross. But you get a Riven out of the story today? Or the last story? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, nice. The Tsar. Lucky you. I actually had like a couple of Tsar Rivens fall into my lap. I didn't really like the weapon that much because I'm not really a big fan of grenade launcher shits. Although the lens is hilarious. I like using it, but then again, I don't really fall in love with that. Twin Gremlins are actually getting a huge buff too. Oh my god. The Twin Gremlins actually have really good potential. The Despair I already talked about. The Haiku Prime is getting a pretty decent buff. The Axani is also getting a really good buff. Axani actually might be a really good pistol. Angstrom's getting an okay buff. The Azima's getting a buff by 6%. Spear Prime got a pretty good buff. The Spears are actually already good, but one problem though is that they fire in like a really weird pattern. So like when you throw them, they're not really that like accurate. But they hit harder than any other throwing weapon. Tysus got a whole 0.5 crit chance, praise the gods. The Pox are actually getting a pretty good buff. The Vosto Prime, ooh, look into the Vosto Prime, please. It's already a really good weapon after all of its buffs, but now they're buffing it again and reducing the recoil on it, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. Fuseli got nerfed, sadly. I'll have to see what the Act Jagger do, but it seems like it'd be pretty good after the buff. We'll see. Let's see. The Twin Gurkhata's actually didn't get a buff, sadly. All they did was change his MR to 0 to 9. The Ac Magnus got a buff and a nerf, so they basically made it so that way you can't, where's the drone? There it is. They basically made it so that way the reload was slower on the Ac Magnus, but they buffed its other stats pretty good. So it's actually gonna be really nice. Yeah, damage increase, reload speed decrease, fire rate decrease. Yeah, it can't beat the Aclex. Yeah, the Aclex is really hard to beat because Aclex. Utox just got a huge buff. Oh. They actually buffed the normal Sicarus. You know, it's actually really not that bad. The Telesac Bolto got a buff, but it's still not going to beat the Ac Bolto Prime. The Nell got a really good buff. Oh, the Nell got a stupid buff actually. They increased its 20%, like they gave it 20% status chance when you get the Death Nell buff. Because, you know, it was good on its own, but for whatever reason they're like, let's fucking throw some status chance in there. Dex Furious actually got a buff. That means I should probably have not have deleted them. But I'll get them soon, so. Icarus Prime got a buff? No, I'm just kidding. For the 3rd time in a row. I didn't like them. All they were bullet hoses that fucking blow.
Interrupt the drop and destroy the equipment.
They blow. They were taking up inventory space and collecting dust. Post buff. Post buff though, it might be gnarly. Do they actually? Well, here. Let's see, where's the Dex Furious on this thing again? Dex. What does it say for the Galatine and the Kanas? They actually didn't buff any melee weapons, so yeah. They didn't touch melee weapons, and they also didn't touch beam weapons yet. They were thinking about doing something special for all the beam weapons. Where's the Dex Furious? I have a teabag too, but I'm not currently looking at you. Dex Furious. Where's the Dex Furious? Where the fuck is it?
Take that supply beacon, and I will call it.
We're in the shading fog. It's Dex. We're fucking. Okay, so they increase the status chance to 28%, give it crit chance to 14%. Which doesn't sound that great, but to be honest with you, that's actually pretty good. Not bad, but it's not great. You did it. Look, you killed it. It's dead. Surprised this actor didn't get a buff. That would have been fucking awesome. We got its status chance increased to like 50%. Honestly, these new skins are sexy. The pistols. It's a good question. You're doing yourself a disservice.
There's the supply beacon.
This new
Grab it so I can call in
pistol skin is so good. I fell in love with it at first sight. I was just like, pistol skin, deal. Mesa skin, deal. And actually not a bad sign, Donna, but I probably won't use it. I like my disconnect.
I've located the commander.
I might find a thing on, throw it on, but right now my disconnect is too good. You did? You gave it to Butt Pancakes, didn't you?
The officer is nearby. Track them down.
The Butt Pancakes was a guy. Yeah, they didn't do anything to the Gallatin. No melee weapons were touched in the making of this hatch, sadly.
There's the officer. Capture them.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I am worried about that, though.
Good work, Tino.
You will be in a moment.
About to show Bossman some full-on hospitality.
Yep, now you should be worried about it. Fuck. Good shit. I did. It's dead. Gonna be on later? Alright, Dale. See ya. I actually might be offline because I should definitely fix my sleeping schedule and get shit on track because I need to train my body better. It is sir bitch to you. Civilian. Hell no. I don't take orders. Right now, at least. Then Sergeant Gunter kicks down my door like, what the fuck? There's actually a train crash over here. Some kid from... There's a train crash over here. Train hit a high school kid's car. She did. She did it. Yeah. It's actually literally every year in the exact same spot. Literally every year on the exact same spot. Yeah, she... Also, Maguxo is online if you want to talk to him about his fucking ribbon. No, it's awful. That's awful. Okay.
How does that sound on mic? Go fuck your...
Do I have the Loki systems? No, I do not. I do have quite a few relics with his systems in it, but I do not own a spare. At least as far as I know. I can check. And if so, I probably will just hold on to it I'm not interested in selling it unless I'm selling the whole set. Let's see, Loki. Yep, nope, no systems. Alright, I got pissed real bad, really bad. You can keep Davis company if you like. Cool. Audio sharing. There you go. You may now speak to Davis. I'll buy one from you if you get it for 150p. Ooh, that's kind of tempting. But, I don't know. I'm not interested in opening relics at the moment. Just because, yeah, I'm looking to just get relics right now, up until April. And at that point, I'd probably farm them and open them. But, either way, I would be back. I gotta pee real bad.
Handy with a gun or blade? Cetus needs you. Let's talk. Handy with a gun or blade? Cetus needs you. Let's talk.
Okay. I might do a couple more and then go to bed. I was about to say if Manning was still here. Ooh, is that a promise? I haven't tried the Nidus augment, but I don't plan on it. Nidus larva burst. I'm not really feeling it. I mean, actually, the augment's really good because, well, even without the augment, it was really good because all you had to do is like stack them all up, throw some pox in there, and just slide attack and kill everything.
They'll push the veneer away from Cetus. You do a good deed, I pay you for it.
Okay. Why don't you use it? Why don't you use it? Just use that for now and then use the Zenith later.
Off-worlder, I'm hiring combat talent. Let's talk race.
Hi, tribe. Dude, that gun is so good. It's so good. I love it. It's so strong. It's like everything that I ever wanted in a shotgun. The sound of it's just satisfying alone. Anti-aircraft gun. I have seen the movie Tarzan, but it's been like 12 years, 18 years. I've seen it. I'm gonna use titania. Let me use a titania augment. Okay.
You do a good deed, I pay you for it.
Alright. You should start working on them. Yeah, you eat that Ben and Jerry's or whatever the fuck that is. It actually was a really good guess. It does sound like that. Oh, in one of those containers, really? Oh, all right. A fresh.
Ah, our most esteemed Surah. Welcome. You're my go-to tenor. Make him go away, yeah?
Freya. What? You don't use a sign, Donna? What is this? Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, what sign? Donna? That's a good point.
Yeah, I didn't have anything that really compliments
The Mesa Prime complements everything.
Kamzu is right. We must create.
That's kind of why I don't run it anymore, because now everybody has it. All the more reason for me to not use it.
I'm tracking a linear drone with information about our target. Bring it to me. The drone is nearby. Find it and hack it.
You didn't buy him any,
That's it.
You didn't buy him any?
Escort it to the extraction point before the enemy can destroy
Oh, that's like the first thing I did, actually. I got myself some fire colors and stuff, because I love the fire color. The fire black one actually has a really good black.
They're sending another wave to take out the drone. Stay vigilant. More inbound. Don't let them harm the drone.
So give him a color palette.
They're sending another wave to take out the drone. Stay vigilant.
That Incubus skin, honestly. Yeah, because
The drone.
I actually love the way my Loki looks because of that skin. Actually, the funny thing was is that Kino... Right? The funny thing was is that Kino was like, oh, that Mesa Greg skin looks great. And I was like, nah, it looks like garbage. And I was more excited for that Loki skin. He's like, yeah, the Loki skin's alright. And it comes out and he's like, dude, I was so wrong.
Find it and take it.
I hate it. Oh yeah, sure, they're strong words. That's all the more reason that I want to use it.
Supplies are dropping now. Destroy them.
I was so hyped for that one Lux skin that was originally slated. I was like, oh, that's gonna be so good.
The supply beacon. Grab it so I can call in the drop. Supplies are dropping now. Destroy them.
Yeah, but the problem is that they don't,
Grab it so I can
because
call
it was
in
by
the
his
drop.
design, they didn't really own all of the rights to it, so he would have been accredited to it. So they had to come up with something brand new. Yeah, he deserves it. He deserves it. Right?
The last pod. Destroy the supplies. Their comms just, they're not happy about what you just did. Seized intelligence has revealed the location of the commander's camp. Liberate it from him. You've reached the
Right?
location. Clear
Would have been
everything.
so much happier if they actually finished it.
You captured
This,
the
I
location.
love
Do not let
Titania.
them retake it.
Titania. Dude, have you even tried Titania yet? It is phenomenal. Gives her literally everything that she lacks in. And if you have enough, like, if you have Arcane Energize, you'll be fine. You didn't buy the Encelia in the first place? It actually looks nice with my colors. I don't like the helmet. I'll be honest, the helmet turns me off. So glad to influence you so heavily. Yeah, to each their own. If you want to run it, you run it. Well, again, to each their own. If you want it, you take it. I actually love the original helmet a lot more than any of the other helmets that have come out for. It looks great. Shut your mouth. The dude that you can't compare. You can't compare. What's cuter than a Warframe with pigtails? Tell that to Nova, please. Tell Nova looks dowsy. That's just gay as fuck. No, he's a dude. With pigtails. hating it just so much, man. I can't stress that. I will fight anybody that comes in here and tells me I'm a Nation man. I'm gonna be like, do you like losing? But it's a good gun, just enjoy your time playing Warframe.
We've captured the camp. The commander has retreated to the position.
Let me tell you one thing right now. You like to tell me all the time saying that, well, if we just fucking play with it or buy it, then that'll show that DE doesn't actually need to change anything about it. Same thing with the Azima. Stop playing with the Azima. Because you're making it so that way they think, oh, it's an okay weapon, so that we don't need to buff it or anything like that. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Azima is poop. It is very fun, but it is not good. Let them fucking buff that. No, they don't. No, they don't. I'm gonna refute that right now. That is not true. That is quite the opposite. No, they don't.
Good work, Tino. I'm about to show Boss Man some Ostron hospitality.
Like, I'll take any buffs I can get, but honestly, no, they don't need it. Yep. 50's extreme. 50's extreme. 50's no. 50's extreme. 50 is a lot. I would say probably 15. Yeah. 15 would probably be an acceptable buff. 2% extra crit chance, I couldn't argue with that. An extra base damage, yeah, I'd agree. But there are way better weapons out there that need that extra base damage. Akbolto, for example. The Akbolto Prime needs it. You give it more base damage and you give it Auger Pact, but even then it's still not enough. It has like a 3.7 base and you're like, yo, I need that. What the fuck? That is too much. It needs to be a rounded number. It needs to be 4.0. Yeah, no it doesn't. No, and no. Then it'll be the highest crit damage weapon in the game, and there's no reason to use the new core. There's no reason to use the new core. Because why use the new core? No, why use the new core when the Akboltos? No, they don't. I don't know how many times I've seen the community just be like, the new core's alright. You have to use Harrow, though. And let me explain the exact same thing with the Azima. Let's go back to that weapon, shall we? No, it isn't. It needs a buff. No, I've gotten... Boy. It's a machine pistol. You don't think I know machine pistols? Take a look at my most used secondary weapon. Now we have actually two over to the right since the Pandero kicked it out of this place. And then take a look at that. I use the Axolitos quite a bit. I know machine pistols. The Azima needs a buff. Yeah, and you clearly don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, and so does the new core. The new core needs it. There you go. I don't know why we're having this argument.
Give the Chronos a buff.
The Cronus needs a buff, actually. It's literally a worse Skana. The Skana is actually terrible. And you can't refute that either. That is...
Buff the Skana, they keep the dual Skana where it is.
I think they would need to buff the dual Skana respectively as well. I thought you were going to switch to titanium. What happened to that?
And now, a massive sentient energy spike in your area. I advise you to be careful.
Oh. Oh. Wait.
We can't let the Grineers
Stop. I just want to get into my operator.
and if he's alive, bring him back to safety. The Grineer commander is likely responsible.
It's only like 400 meters. This is such a waste of energy.
Questioning. The
Oh well.
officer is nearby. Track them down. There's the officer. Capture them.
Next, you attempt
It's
to
good.
take control of it.
No. I think only the gold target does that. What do you mean? He's right here. I'll capture him.
An easy interrogation. Our prisoner is on the move. With more data, we can pick the route. We need to put the Grineer on alert. Let them know the Australs are
I'm already here.
raid their camp and send them running.
Oh, right.
Clear out any nearby hostiles. The location is covered. Wait. Incoming assault. Don't let them retake this territory.
Oh yeah, I think everybody is. I actually love the gun. I'll tell you right now, they're actually... I'll tell you right now, they are actually worse dual swords. They're worse dual swords. The stats on them are actually really nice, but they don't do that much damage. They're fantastic weapons. Still passable. Like if you were to use like a little Crocker, like a twin Crocker or something, I believe it. It's not that fantastic. We're good though. That's why I like using her. She's actually a blast. Love her so much. Oh, that alert for 100 endo. Hell yeah, boy. Leaves one. Endo, boy. gonna kill that bull. Honestly, it changes the meta of the weapons, and I love it so much.
I intercepted a transmission that confirms the Grineer are holding the Ostron prisoner. I've identified a drone active near Ostron's last known location. Bring it to me so I can explore the logs. The drone is nearby. Find it and hack it. That's it. The drone is under our control.
Yeah.
Get it to the extraction point before the enemy can destroy it.
So, I don't know if somebody else is getting
I actually don't know,
More Grineer inbound.
but I can tell him no. I want to. Alright. If you really want to. I don't mind. Oh no, I really do want them. No, trust me, I really, really want them. But dude, I'm a fashion frame. I want those fucking, those armor pieces, just, they rub me the right way. And the Sindana I actually might try out a little bit, see if I can make it look good on some other frames. Looks good on Frost. I know it looks really great on Frost. Well, I see Murph. If you want to buy it, you can either do it tonight or tomorrow. If you want to, I'll shoot you my account info.
Clear out any nearby hostiles. You passed the location. Do not let them.
Oh yeah, those two, but I mean, depends on how you're gonna do it. If you're gonna just do it like via PlayStation cards, then alright. I didn't know how you're gonna do it. Alright. Yeah, whatever way works. Not like I mistrust you to fucking get on my account when you don't need to and shit like that. I have a lot of friends that actually use my account a lot. Justice uses my account sometimes, Kino uses my account sometimes. Kino's gonna be signing into my account while I'm gone for those 3 months. Super right. Don't make me change my password. Yeah, and if Kino doesn't sign on a certain day, be sure to fucking shit for it. Then if he has any problem with you giving him shit for it, just tell him that I told you. He needs to be doing that. Did I just shoot that? What? You can do that. You need to think about the things that I need to tell you how to do too. I've never thought of any. I could probably do it tonight before I go to bed. No, I'm not. I'll always be here and shit. Obviously until fucking... Oh wait, that's an ET. That's an ET thing. Always be here. In my heart? No, actually, in your arteries. I like doing this anyway. Is there anything like that you wanted to know, like weapon building? Specifically? Okay. Yeah, I was thinking you did. To be honest with you, I'm not a very big, not very good at building weapons sometimes. Sometimes I just cheat and use favorite Corsairs builds and stuff. But, I do know my general way around stuff. But for Riven mod stuff, I also don't know that well because, like, I don't know which will do more damage. Sometimes damage or multi, or sometimes crit chance crit damage does more damage. As I've noticed with the Fusilier. Where's the remaining enemies? What the fuck? Are they underground? Yeah, they are underground. How do you get on that?
Intercepted a transmission that confirms the Grenier are holding.
Yeah, for weapon building and stuff like that, I gotta say that I'm not really a master at it, but I know enough about it to actually, like, make a difference about it. Because I've noticed with the Fusilier, I do way more damage with crit chance crit damage versus damage multi. So I've had both of those Rivens. But to be fair, I did have a crit chance damage multi, or a crit chance crit damage multi. Was it crit chance crit damage? Damage? Can't remember. Fuck.
Hurry up and free the prisoner before that collar explodes.
Either way, I was fortunate enough to have both, and so I've discovered that there are some ways that you can have that better. I don't know. I know. I was talking about him. There we go. I actually Breath Vital on, was it? Yeah, but now you want them. Right. Think of some things that I could do. I'll help you out. We'll try to do it by now because, like, I need things to do besides doing this because this is really boring. Because Warframe builds are pretty easy for me to go over because I could just be like, well, I use this build because this. I have this much power strength because of this. Which gives me a nice balance of range and strength and blah, 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 blah. I can do that fairly easily. Alright.
Actually, there's no chance of us getting out. It's not a guarantee, right?
Would you want to do that I probably won't? Oh yeah, I could do spy missions. Did you want to learn about spy missions or? Okay. Yeah. You choose the spy mission and I'll show you my ways that I do them. If you want me to, I can explain why I use my Loki instead of any other frame. Which, two obvious reasons is, like, obviously I use Loki because he's fast as fuck and I can move around the map and take control of shit faster. And obviously, perk of being invisible, I don't get detected and I can do them undetected. Get that XP bonus and stuff. Make sure you leave Cetus too. Alright, for easy namesake on this, I run the Ractus Cernos on my Loki. You can run a Cyanoid Simular, a Supra Vandal, but I prefer the Ractus Cernos because, one, it's silent, so I can take out, like, doors and stuff like that before I even come to them, without the enemy detecting me, in case I do run up invisibility, and it also gives me energy, so those are fairly obvious reasons. We can start with Earth ones if you're interested, but those aren't really that complicated. Any of them are fine.
Oh, you can start with yours, but yeah, I think
Problem is that this is on a really low difficulty, so we don't have the full throttle effect of what it's like to do a spy mission on Earth, like in a sortie, for example. But you get it'll still be like the general idea of it is still the same.
Tenno,
Alright.
you are here to infiltrate data
You don't need to give yourself energy at the beginning if you're using my Loki build, but I do that because
You're
I have
still
it.
in the clear. No
I don't usually
detection
cast my
for enemy
invisibility until I start seeing a lot of enemies grouping up. Since this is the Earth outside, once again, we don't get the full throttle effect of what it's like to be in a spy mission. So these enemies are, like, almost non-existent. I'll wait for you today. Is the ramp one? Yep, this is the ramp one. This one's actually really easy. There are two ways that you can complete this quickly. The way that I do it is,
The target console is nearby. If you
okay. So here's what I do. I just walk down here, and this laser gate likes to activate a lot, but right now it's not active. So in the case of it being active, I don't trust myself enough to jump over it. But what I normally do is I'll just go like this. I'll jump on top of here, and then I'll slide under here. This grate is always open. Always open. So you can just do that. You slide right down. And then boom, you have A.
Excellent work.
You saw what I did, right?
Extraction with no arms.
Here's another way that you can do this. You can actually slide right under. Yeah, you get the idea. You can slide right underneath this. Sometimes there's like this opens. Sometimes that helps, but I don't really do it. Like I said, this is always open up here. So if you just jump into this thing, a little tricky to get used to. There's a grate that's always blocking it. I just shut it out, and then you just fall down here, and then boom, you're inside A already. You didn't have to do anything for it either. Some of these you can't get away with without hacking, sadly. Specifically this one. I don't think there's a way to get in this without having to hack open the door, but I'll show you the way I do it.
Nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now,
So
and they
make
will
sure when you're
start
falling down this,
scanning
you
data.
slide, because you will negate the fact that you take any fall damage. Also, there's the soma cord right here. Or not fall damage, that stagger effect. Which is soma cord. So let's say you came right out of this. So I'll stand right here. What I normally do, like you can just go through the gauntlet if you want to, but I hate the gauntlet, so I just bullet jump straight up to here. Just look straight up. It's another reason why I use Firewalker on this build, because it makes traversing this way easier. You can see how butt-fucky this tile is. And then you can hack this. I've actually never found a way into this without having to hack this. There might be a way, but I'm not sure of it. Either way, you're in. Boom.
Data extracted.
B. And then your Ractus Cernos procs regardless. And then you get energy. Easy peasy. The Cyanoid buff might be a little bit better just because you get increased energy pool and energy, but I don't care that much because I'm not going to be going invisible too much. Because this is a 33-second duration. This next one, I don't know if they patched this yet, like if they fixed it, but I'll show you the way anyways. Oh, in this room, because we came out of here. Come down here, because we came out of here, and you can see like immediately as soon as you walk here, you know that this is going to be this room. What I do is I just bullet jump, get up here, save yourself some time.
The target console is nearby.
Like that.
If you
I'm gonna kill the enemies in this room just because I can.
We'll start destroying data.
But I start with this one. My hack that one next. No hacky. Yep, and then we hack this one last. Yep, I just hacked that one just now. So you can either I think you have to do it this way right now, but there's a secret way that you have to go in that you don't have to hack this door open. It's down here. It's actually really hard to see. But you crawl through this little thing. I don't know if they fixed this yet, but we'll see. Oh, they did! Cool. So you can crawl through here, and come through the top, through this little hatch. Right here, where I'm at. Oh, you got yourself in a jiffy. Here. There you go. So just go on in where your decoy is. You might need to slide or crouch because sometimes you get stuck on stuff. And then all you need to do is bullet jump up from here, and then you're in. So glad they actually fixed that. You hack that, and you're done. That's pretty much all the Earth ones. Sometimes there's drones that like to fly around here and stuff, but you're invisible, so... Yeah, you're invisible, so it literally doesn't matter anyways. It's pretty much the Earth tile says. Like, that one doesn't get any harder or easier no matter what difficulty it's on. It's always the same 3 consoles that I hack, and I always do the exact same method. And same thing with that gauntlet one that I showed you, that I just bullet jump straight up. You don't have to deal with anything crazy special on it. I don't know if that's a new relic. Is that? This relic. Yeah. Oh boy. Earned. Earned. You earned it. Yeah, that's not a new relic. Alright. You can go to Corpus missions, or just preferably go to like a higher difficulty place like Sedna or Pluto. You know, people from Phoenix that called Phoenician. Yeah, faggot. Lua tile sets are a little harder to learn, but I can show you those too. You choose what's next. Yep, you pick whatever one you want to learn more. I can teach you either the Orcan ones on Lua, or I can teach you the ones on Pluto or Sedna. Prefer you do them on higher difficulties, since you can kind of gauge the way that you do these. gotta admit, I'm not really that good at doing Lewis spy missions either. I don't know all the secrets, but I do know quite a few. And I can teach you. I still might get confused on those. Just bring a Rectus, you'll be fine. Like I said, it's free energy. Unless you want to bring like a Cyanoid Simulor or a Supra or a Gamma Core. I assume that means the moon. Oh boy, alright. Just get something that's decent range and quick. Yep, that'll do just fine. Because all you need to do with it is just break things. You don't have to kill enemies. Like, ever. I would recommend having your stub out for some of this, but I'm probably going to do it for you just so I can demonstrate. As soon as we're done with all the like spy missions that you want to do, I can run you straight back through all the ones to show me if you learned anything. That way it can't just be like me showing off the stuff that I do. I think it's Pavlov, that's it. That's what you wanted. Oh, you'll get some. I usually like to float around my ship for fun. I don't know why. I like the way that the that Prime kind of articulates. Yeah. Because you're limbo? Question mark? Hold up. Oh. No, I was talking about the spaceship. Or Lizette Prime. What? I don't get it.
Tenno, you are here to
No, I was just articulating on my ship.
highly sensitive enemy information.
Why are they gray? Okay. I just ignore challenge rooms, because we're not going to do them. Alright. I'll wait for you, Dave. Alright. Shoot the button to open this. Oh, this is the fun one. Alright, so just go through the scar.
The enemy will start destroying data.
Then I'll hack that open. Well, I don't have to hack it, okay. This one's annoying, but it's pretty easy when you're doing it correctly. Do like that. I wait for that to rotate once. I can fuck this up pretty easily. You actually don't need to do any of it. Alright. So this opens over here. You don't have to take this, but you're gonna have to do a crazy puzzle with this like articulating beams. So I ignore that, and then we come back out, go through the scar. Okay. And then there is a drone here, but we ignore those because we don't care. I just jump over, I bounce off that wall, and I come over here. I'm gonna shoot the drone though. Yeah, that's why. Fuck.
Alarms. Data destruction is imminent. Need to hurry.
Alright, no problem. So I'll jump over here. Normally. Oh fuck, I just got tripped. Then I got to go this way in that area. Oh, I double jumped on accident, fuck. Choking.
This console is
And then you'll be inside the room, and there's a scar to the right. Then we hack. You get it regardless. just go through this scar over here. I completely forgot about that. I'll waypoint B for you. We get there. Alright. I totally forgot to waypoint. Alright, this one's actually kind of difficult, and you might be able to do it better than I would. Here's how I do it. I wait for this to pass, and then I get up here. Then we walk to the right side. Ooh, you risked it for the biscuit on that one. Alright. Oh, I got caught. So, otherwise, we jump all the way down into the scar. And now this will be on. There's more lasers than this on this, actually. Just jump across. If you're low-key and you have bullet jump stuff, you'll be able to make it across, no problem. Go all the way up. Stairs. I'm doing this fast, by the way. There's a button up here. Step on that. And then you dodge roll through that. Dodge roll through the ice is what I like to do. And then there's a scar that spawns through, and then we're out of here.
You can't get anything out of it in this state.
Go to the stairs to the left, by the way. Oh, okay. It won't matter. Yeah, potato, and it don't matter to me. You still get up, regardless. And well, you didn't know the way to... Whatever. Alright, well this didn't spawn, but I'll show you how I do this normally anyways. So, in this room, this is the hardest one out of all of them. This didn't spawn up here, it's already broken, so we can go down here, which is the way we're going to go, but not yet. I'll show you how you're supposed to break that open. So there's a lantern up there for some reason. And what we do is we go in here, take the scar, hack this open, and when the lantern's up there, oh wait, what? Okay, we break that at the very top of it, you see where that shiny ring is? Break that, and it'll fall down. Go back through the scar, and then, that's a weird bug, okay, alright, then you just, this is broken for you, you go, and then there's a scar here, but you don't need to take it. Oh, actually you do. I'm retarded. Take the scar. So, we'll open, and when you hack that, you don't have to hack it actually. Jump up straight, and you avoid this entire puzzle over here. This part's actually kind of difficult. Just speedrun your way across, like I didn't do.
You need to hurry.
Then you'll be in here. You can either A, do this Simon Says thing, which I'm going to do. Okay. So, this one, nope. This one. And I believe it's this one, yes? Yeah, it should be. No. The pattern's up here. Oh fuck, I don't know that one. Fuck, I don't know that one. for real? Okay, that one's actually really easy. This one, we're gonna fail this regardless, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna go, don't go through the scar, don't go through the scar. So there's this,
Everything we came for.
which you can do. When you blow the, like, if you go into this one, shoot that, you stand on that pad, you have to move through here quickly. Very, very quickly. And then when you do, you're in here. Oh, that's okay. There's a button on this wall. When you shoot it, it moves back and forth. When you hack the panel over here, you want that to happen. You want to move it as close to the left as possible. And then you get inside the portal. Oh, shit, what the fuck? Question mark? Alright. The button moves to the furthest left, you get inside. And then this door should be open. And then you get through it, and then you do, basically, you skip the, Simon Says challenge. How the fuck do you get out of here, though? How the fuck do I get out of here? I'm stuck. Yeah, you're gonna have to extract without me then. These parts are pretty difficult to memorize, but I think I got most of it down. The one problem I do have is the Simon Says one, because you can and will fuck that up depending on RNG. It moves really fast. Right. Which is annoying as fuck. Lewis spies are kind of difficult regardless, but yeah. Yeah, right? But the path that I showed you, you don't have to cipher it. Shit on C. But you get the idea. Like, the path that I take, it's kind of difficult. I'll probably have to remind you if we're doing this again. I'll have you host it, so that way you can do these. So you can see the pattern. I can't. I'm stuck. Endo. Oh boy. Alright. You mean 530 is that deep freeze is going. I actually don't know how much deep freeze costs. Oh, you'll want to do it in the end. Promise. Alright. Anything else next, or do you want to just go to Lua and try yourself? You can do, Kuva Spies. You want to try a Kuva Spy? I can show you how to do those. Those are actually really tricky, and I can teach you how to do those. I'd recommend bringing Loki, though. Limbo will get you fucked over. Scuba spies are actually really easy. Except for one of them, which is guaranteed to have you hack something open, because there's no way you can get through it. You want me to show you Scuba spy? Alright. You gotta say, like, yes or no when I ask those questions first. Alright. If you ever get confused on anything, don't hesitate to be like, yo, what about this? Or what'd you do for that? What about this? But can you do this? Once again, I don't really go invisible until I see enemies. Should be like the first turn primarily. Just bullet jump and then hit R1 and square. That's what I do. Saves you some time. Can you see A, by the way? Okay. Oh, this is the fun one.
Trigger the alarms now, and they'll start destroying the data.
This one's the fun one. This one's actually really easy to do. Alright. So as soon as the store opens, you'll go invisible. Now follow very closely. So normally what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hack that, and then after that you hack this. What you do is you jump down here on top of this little thing right here that I'm standing on. And this little device right here that I'm waypointing, if you shoot it, it connects. And you don't have to hack anything. Pretty cool, right? So now we move over here. This jump is actually really tricky to make, so don't feel bad. Oof. Alright, this jump right here is what I was talking about. This jump is pretty tricky to make, but you'll make it right here. And you'll do a similar thing. Yep. This one's easier because you're doing it on the way back. Oof. Try to make it there. Oh. And then there's this last device. And then go invisible. You're going to jump up here. And then you can hack this. You're good to go. That one's actually really easy to do and it's really fast. Very fluid. No, actually, believe me, capable of being fast, yes. The way we did it, like, I had to slow down for you. Yeah, the jumps are a bit tricky to make, I don't blame you.
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms
I'll wait for you at B.
the enemy will start destroying data.
This one's actually really easy too.
Losing control now, suckers. Security override engaged.
I'm gonna stop broadcasting.